All right, so this fucker got all buttoned up today. So I made my little gusset right here, braced and welded that in. That's some 1/2 inch thick shit. That shit ain't fucking going nowhere. That thing ain't never gonna crack. Again, this is all MIG. This is all just flux core. This shit ain't never gonna fucking break. You don't need a fucking TIG welder. I promise you, go look at my builds and fucking, I built some high-end shit with a simple fucking MIG. And that shit holds. That shit ain't never going nowhere. Now remember, when I first did this, when I had the frame in there before I chopped it up, I made this piece from the motor mounts down here, and then I just took some angle iron, popped it up, made this little flat piece, and then bolted in the stock motor mount up top to the stock part of the frame. Before the frame was chopped and boxed, I had just bolted this down to this piece right here so that it was at the stock height. So when I cut out that whole tube with this bolted up like this, I knew that that's where my new motor mount needed to be. So I didn't have to guess, measure, anything like that. And all I did is just take some fucking tubing, cut it, coped it, all that. Took just a piece of fucking I don't know, it's probably 1/4 inch flat bar, bolted it where I need it, the same location the stock one was at, bolted that up, and then just made my piece off of that. Took some tubing, just put it at a little angle, welded it up to that. So that is gonna be on perfect for where the stock motor mount location was at. You don't have to guess it, you don't have to fuck with it, measure it. I've heard other people say measure it, and you know, or you don't have to throw the motor back in and do it. You just make a simple fucking piece. But this piece from the beginning that I locked in the stock motor mount position right here. So then when I hacked everything out, I knew all I had to do was put these two pieces back on the spacer and bolt everything back down with some flat bar on it and run it to my frame somehow. I could have went straight down and over, but that's too much of a T look for me. So I wanted to go with a little angle, and then that's just some tubing right there. That thing's fucking rock solid, won't go anywhere. I think this is the easiest way to do it for motor mounts, because it's at stock location. So you know when you throw your motor back in, all the motor mount points are lining up perfect. You don't have to fuck with it. This thing ain't going nowhere. That thing's fucking braced in there, fucking solid as can be. Frame's fucking done. All I gotta do now is usually I would knock the tops of these welds off and smooth it out, but I kind of want to just leave them so it's a little more rugged looking. The welds came out good, they're nice welds, so I'll probably just leave them when it gets powder coated. Sometimes I'll knock them down, like on my flake bike I knocked them down, but this one I'll probably just leave like that. I'll clean up, sand all the legs, all that shit, just so those are all smoothed out. Smooth out this little fucking gusset bullshit I made down there, so everything there's cool. But yeah, this is it. All done, all welded up. I just gotta peel it off there and start cleaning everything up, and then shoot it out the powder coat. Everything should bolt right back up, fucking no issue. So this should be the conclusion of the fucking Dyna chopper frame stretch. I might do a few videos on what I did with the wiring harness. I'm hacking out fucking almost all that shit, and I'm gonna have to run it up through the tubing and all that. So I might make a video on that or something, and I'm gonna mount an EFI gas tank on this shit. So maybe I'll do a few more, but this is just some basic tips on how to do the Dyna frame if you want to stretch one. It's not all that hard. It's a little bit more difficult than others, but not that bad.